up? We're going to put you all to work today. Hey, good day, folks. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. This video is going to be for all you younger folks out here. For those of you that are my age and you got children, well, they're not children, but you got sons and daughters that are in their 20s and 30s, and maybe you're watching me, you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s. This video is for your kids. So, and for those of you that are in your 20s and 30s, that are watching me, good, because you guys are exactly who I am talking to on this video. I got my hard hat on with my hearing protection piece, because on this video I'm about to put you guys to work. Yes, I'm about to put you guys to work. I know you guys love to travel the country. I know you want to travel the country. I know you love the idea of traveling all over the globe and doing all that type of good stuff. You hate working 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is slave labor. It's for, it's soul sucking, all that type of stuff. I get it. I got it. I feel you. I understand you. You know what I'm saying? I understand you. However, I would say for most of us, in order for us to accomplish anything meaningful in our life, such as financial stability, such as financial freedom, such as how do you gain financial freedom? Well, this is not financial advice, so let's start off by saying that. However, this is just common sense that I've incorporated in my life, which I wish I would have done when I was in my 20s rather than going out here doing other dumb stuff. But whatever, it is what it is. See, a lot of you guys that are younger, you're doing dumb stuff right now, such as rather than getting a job that actually will pay you enough to not only pay your bills, but to also get you ahead in life, you guys are settling for the gig apps and you're trying to do that stuff full time. And then you're online crying about how these apps aren't paying you no money. You're getting orders that are paying you $16 and you driving 40 miles round trip and all that madness. I know exactly what you guys are talking about because I tried doing gig work full time, and the reason why I'm no longer doing it full time is because these companies be pimping you. These companies be pimping you drivers. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be pimped out here. Now, some of you might say, well, if you're working 9 to 5, you're getting pimped out here too. Okay, well, maybe you are, but at least I'm making enough money to pay the bills and they get ahead in life. I'm just saying. And there's occupations out here that, yeah, it might be hard work. It's going to be physical, but the money is going to be enough to where you can pay all your bills. You can build yourself a good life. And then when you get to be my age, you can just sit back and at least be financially stable and not have to work as hard. Like if you work your butt off in your 20s and 30s, and you manage your money wisely, by the time you get to be in your, let's say, mid 40s, you can let off the gas a little bit. Or if you're real smart with your money and you get into the right occupation, you can retire when you get to be my age. How about that? But you're not going to get to that point if you're going out here and you're having this attitude of not wanting to work hard, because it's slavery to go work a 9 to 5. It's slavery to it's soul sucking and all that other garbage that some of these creators are telling you. Now, do I want to work a 9 to 5 right now? No, I don't. But I am, because right now that's just what I gotta do in order to get myself where I want to be financially in the future. And I told you guys on many other videos that there are ways that you can work a 9 to 5 and still be reasonably happy with what you do. Now, for those of you that are in your 20s and 30s, which are the people I'm talking to on this video, uh, take advantage of your youth. I mean, during your 20s and 30s, physically, you're at your prime, you're the strongest. And also because you're younger, time is going to be more so on your side than it will be as you get older. So, with all that being said, take advantage of your youth. Don't waste your youth going out here being lazy. Don't waste your youth watching some of these other creators telling you don't work a 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is slavery, is soul sucking. You need to get out here and find yourself. You find yourself working gig work, and then you find yourself going broke, and then you find yourself living in a van because not because you want to, but because you have to, because you find yourself being too lazy to put that work in to where you can live the way that you truly want to live. Now, I'm not taking shots at people that live in a van. If van life is what you want to do, do what it do, whatever. But I'm very confident that the majority of the people that are living van life, even ones that got channels living van life, they're not doing it because they want to. They're doing it because they have to. And some of the larger content creators that started out living in a van, let's say 10, 15 years ago, when the van life, when the nomadic channels first started to become popular on social media, many of them are now, many of them have now purchased land. They're building houses on that land. They're living in sticks and bricks. They're no longer living full time in their vehicle. That van life stuff was temporary. It was just a phase in their life, if you will. So bear that in mind as you watch these creators and you listen to them telling you that working a 9 to 5 is slavery. So yeah, we're gonna put you guys to work today. We're gonna put you guys to work. And this is the advice that when I was younger, I wish I would have took. I mean, when I was, I mean, but yeah, we're gonna put you guys to work. We understand that college is super expensive and it's unaffordable, and you know, we understand that. We get it. I get it. Many people get it. So if you can't afford to go to college and earn a degree, okay, that does not mean you can't. Okay, so maybe you don't have the maybe you don't have the business acumen at this particular point of your life to get out here and work for yourself. Most of us don't have business acumen. We don't. Most of us don't. I wish I can say I do, but if I did, I wouldn't be working a 9 to 5. So let's keep it real. You got a lot of people running off at the mouth talking about work for yourself, go into business for yourself, but they don't know what the fuck they're talking about because they ain't doing that shit themselves. So let's keep it real on this channel because that's what this channel is going to be about, man. We're going to cut all this goofy shit out. We're going to cut all this snowflake and stuff out. And in case you guys haven't figured out, I'm primarily speaking to young men out here. Now, if you ladies want to watch it, if you ladies are getting something out of the video, good. I appreciate you ladies. But mainly, I'm talking to you men out here. So we're going to put you to work, man. You guys are either A, you guys can work that warehouse job, you can work that factory job. Because remember, you're young, you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s. Physically, you're in your prime. Time is on your side. So the sooner you start saving up for your retirement, the sooner you start planning for your future, the sooner you participate in your life, the better off your life will be. All this stuff about 9 to 5 being slave labor and soul sucking, okay, it is. But you know what? If you don't have anything better if you don't have any ideas that are better than the 9 to 5, then you're gonna have to suck it up. You're gonna have to grow up and you're gonna have to work that 9 to 5, and you're gonna have to get the hell out your mom's basement and start being an adult. But you know what? I'm gonna help you guys out along the way. These are some basic materials that you might need for some of the jobs that you're gonna have to work in order to make the money necessary to live a good life in the future. You got your hard hat, you got your hard hat, you got your hearing protection. Just snap them on like this over your ears. And let's see here. Got some good work gloves. These are just old pair, these are just some older gloves I had back when I was working out in the oil field. Uh, you got your work boots. Got the work boots. You'll probably need some insoles. Well, I got these insoles I bought from Walmart. You got you a nice pair of work pants. And of course, you got your t shirt. Because the jobs you're going to be working, they might, most of them are going to allow you to wear a t shirt. If a safety vest is needed, 9 times out of 10, the company that will provide you a safety vest. And to be quite frank, they'll provide you the hard hat. But I've kept this hard hat from one of my older jobs I've had. They didn't want the hard hat back, so I kept that shit. And I'm using it for my own purposes. So, anyways, yeah, we're going to put you guys to work out here, man. We're going to put you guys to work out here. And when you go to work at these type of jobs that are physical labor, the work is going to be hard. And this is the reason why I advise you younger folks to get out here and do these type of jobs while you're younger. Don't wait until you get into your mid 40s and all of a sudden, or your 40s, and all of a sudden you have an epiphany about how the hell you done spent your damn life. And now you're gonna, I gotta get out here and get this job. Man, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. And then when you try to apply for jobs that pay decently, which are oftentimes, for those of you that don't have any specific skill set, when you try to apply for jobs that pay decently, which are most likely going to be physical labor, blue collar type of jobs that require you to have that hard hat and them gloves and those work boots like I just showed you. When you try to apply for those jobs, when you're in your 40s and 50s, I know that you've been told that age discrimination is illegal and it's against the law, which, yeah, it is. However, every law that's made also it's also made to be broken, if I'm making sense. There's also a clause in many of these laws to where companies can go around and break the law and still be within, still not get caught, still not get in trouble. Because the reality of the matter is, if you apply for some of these jobs in your 40s and 50s, you're going to have a much harder time getting hired on because companies are going to look at you more as a liability than an asset. As where if you're younger and not to mention that physically, when you get to be my age, you're not going to have the energy as you would have if you were, let's say, 25 or even 35. When you get into your 40s, things start to fall apart a little bit. The body starts to break down a little bit. You just don't have the energy in your 40s as you have when you're in your 20s and 30s. And many companies recognize that, and for that reason, they're not going to hire you. And that's just the reality of the workforce. So this is the reason why I emphasize you younger folks out here, get out here, learn a trade. Get your money up. Run that bag way up. Run it way up. For all of you men that are single and you ain't met Mrs. Right, don't worry about Mrs. Right. Get your money up. Get that bag up. I'm not trying to sound like one of these manosphere people because I don't mess with that. I think a lot of that manosphere stuff anymore is stupid, but I will say this. For you young men out here, if you're single, be glad you're single. Take it as a blessing from the universe. Because if you're single, guess what? You got more time to get your life together. Since you're not spending money on dates, guess what? You got more money to do what you need to do to get yourself right as you get older. Like, when you're in your 20s and 30s, work your ass off. And during these years you're working your ass off, this is what you do. Now, I kind of spoke about this before, but it's necessary that I speak on this again. Go ahead, buy your house, pay it off as soon as possible. If you're in debt, get out of debt. If you don't have any debt, stay out of debt. If you do not have a car payment right now, congratulations, you're smarter than most Americans. Don't ever get into a car. Don't ever get into a car note. Keep driving that hoopty. For those of you that live up north, keep driving that rust bucket. You'll be all right. Because as you live life the way you're supposed to live life, as you get your crap together financially, whatever woman may be out there for you, the type of woman that you should be with, I believe at the right time, she will come into your life. So don't worry about dating if you're single. Don't worry about doing anything to impress the ladies. Don't worry about that crap. Just, just stay on the grind. Keep your head low. Live as close to the earth as you can. And you'll be all right. And when it comes to purchasing your home, I know a lot of people are not going to do like what I did. But, when I was broke, like I told you on my video that I made yesterday, I purchased my home on land contract, and I purchased that home that picture of the home that y'all saw. That house was in West Anderson. That house was in the hood. Now, at the time I lived there, that area wasn't all that bad. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't all that bad. But I don't care if you purchase your home in the hood in order to save money on housing. Do what you gotta do to get your life right. There is nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5 if a 9 to 5 is the best choice that you have. If you don't have a business acumen about yourself, which most of us don't, and all these yapping heads on YouTube that claim they do, they don't. Half of them be out here pulling scams, and then, a few months after they done made that video, they're going to jail because they done pulled some type of scam. But there is nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5, man. Do what you gotta do within the restraints of the law in order to get ahead in life. Quit being lazy. Quit looking for a shortcut. There is no shortcut. I told you guys about a month ago, there is no shortcut out here. Anything that's worth having is going to take some work. So, get off your ass and go to work and get your money and run that bag up. And that's all I gotta say on this one. So hopefully you guys got something out of the video. Stay blessed. And until next time, stay on the grind. Catch you guys on the next one.